So you go ahead and do your thing while I set this stuff up.
That's all.
Well, welcome to another episode of She Say, He Say. I'm excited. We're in Grand Rapids, Michigan today. And we have, give me a hand on the people here. Oh my God, look at this here. We live, doing our thing. And of course, y'all know my lovely host, Shuntai. He
And media. You know what people always call when we start the show? Y'all know we on the air at 8 o'clock.
until 9.
Yeah. So Linda was trying to call me, but I am a licensed professional counselor, media contributor.
Okay. Yeah.
And I'm going to beat them to this. I'm a sex therapist.
I love it. Say it again.
I'm a sex therapist.
That just excites me for some reason. I don't know why, but it does. Yeah. And I'm Johnell Allen Bay, her co-host. You know, I'm a life coach, media personality, but the most important thing that I do is I'm an advocate for those who are voiceless, for the voiceless. I take great pride in the work that I do. And I'm excited to be here. We have a beautiful audience. And everybody, before you get to it, tonight's drink is called Peach Passion Margaritas. And let me tell you something. We got started earlier, and our audience. Well, do you like them, audience?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my. But you know it ain't a party until Shuntai get approval. Let me see what you say now.
I lost my umbrella.
Let me see what you say.
Failed,
It was pretty too, y'all. I had it together.
delicious.
Thumbs up.
And I'm not just saying that. Now the people in the
every-
live audience,
man, y'all know her.
they tasted it too. So
Listen, y'all know she ain't gonna agree with me, so you know it's hard. If she says good, it's got to be good because you know she blow me out right now. I'm like, no, that ain't no good. You know. So welcome everybody. Welcome to tonight's episode. I'm excited. When I got on the road, man, listen, I needed a paper bag. I was hyperventilating, trying to get up here. I'm like, look, I got to get up here because guess who is the host for the most tonight?
yes,
Anita Jackson. Thank you. Listen, she done opened up I'm telling y'all, I feel so at home, I might fall asleep. I'm so comfortable. You know, they got the air on, you know.
And I like the air.
And great food. And I'm just saying, the company is great. We have a beautiful audience with us. We have an apostle in the house.
Yes.
But don't hold on now. But don't you think for 1 minute I'm gonna hold up. Because guess what? The apostle's real.
Yes.
He real.
Yes.
He knew before he got here that this could be trouble. So yeah, we having a good time, y'all.
So I just want to add that what we do is we have different hosts that host our live events.
That's right.
In their homes with a small group of friends because we want to make sure that we stay safe.
That's right.
Right? And I want to thank Anita and her family for allowing us to come into their home to do this show.
Absolutely.
That means a lot. So thank you.
And before we get started, y'all know how I feel about Flint. Flint's my baby. That's my home. And I just want everybody to know that the residents, the people who got hurt and killed, that we are praying for you and your families. And we got to make some changes, you know. I don't tell nobody to do nothing first. I look at the man in the mirror, and that's Johnell. And so Johnell has to be able to step his game up because of the fact that I have an invested interest in the city of Flint. I love Flint. That's my home, and I'm going to do everything possible to make sure that our people get it. You know, we got to do better, y'all. You know, we got to do better. And so it starts with self. If you want to see others around you do better, you got to step your game up. You know, that's where it starts at. So I just wanted to say that now. And let's give a shout out.
Yeah,
we got
so shout out
Philip on
time.
here. It's shout out time.
Okay, so our online viewers who are joining us, we have
Yeah.
Janine, Harrison, we have Richard,
Look at Philip with the drinking the vodka and cranberry juice.
We have Sandy joining us.
Hey,
Boss Lady
Sandy.
McGee.
Hey.
Chicago.
Hey.
We got Philip joining us, checking in. Melanie.
Janine, okay then.
Yes.
Janine
Reggie.
Harrison. I'm drinking dinner.
Reggie. So what's in your glass?
That's right. What's in your
They
glass?
already saying. So Janine says she's drinking.
Deleon. It's called Deleon. Or some people call it Deleon. but I call it the win. Yeah, so I like that. Yeah, and that's one of our people. I'm waiting on some people. Usually I have to call out Anita, but she's here, so I ain't got to call out right now. You know, y'all. I'll be like, hey, Grand Anita, where you at? You know, I know she's coming. Luana, how you doing?
Yes. Thank you for joining us.
Welcome.
So we talked about what's in our glass. So what's in yours?
Melanie Hill got that cranberry juice.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yes, drink it, please.
So we're not gonna hold you up. We'll get started. As you know, we post 4 to 5 questions. We will discuss
Jackson, hey.
And you can contribute to the conversation by calling us 810-969-0449.
Don't be shy, call in.
Or you can post your comments in the comments section.
Absolutely.
The best way that this show goes over is if we have the audience participation. So
And
don't
we
be
love
shy.
it.
Don't be
Okay.
shy.
And there go Anise showed up in the house.
Leisha.
Patty, how are you?
Tawana.
Hey.
Patty. Finally, you was in Mississippi. Are you still in Mississippi? Yes. Thank you for joining us. Yes. All right. We are well, Luana.
Yes, we are, Luana. We're doing well. Yes. Ann Stewart, hey, how you doing? Hello.
Okay, so we won't hold you up. Let's go to the first question. We got some questions for y'all today.
Listen, I'm telling you, listen.
We got some questions.
We got some questions, and we got an audience that's got some. They got a story, and yet they got questions, and yet they got something that they want to impart to let you know how they do it. Huh?
Hello, Ann. Okay, so the first question for tonight.
Yes.
Do women tend to stay in a relationship longer even though they are dissatisfied compared to men? So, do women tend to stay in relationships longer even though they're dissatisfied compared to our male counterparts? What you think?
Well, I can't speak from a woman's perspective, so we're going to have to give that to you first.
Yes, I do believe that women tend to stay because they are hopeful that things may turn around. They're hoping. They invested time and energy into this individual, so they're gonna hold out thinking that things may change, even though patterns show that it may not. But there's a possibility, because nothing is 100%.
Why?
Nothing is 100%.
Why is that?
Because we're human.
So men and human. Now I get started.
And we're hopeful. I think we're more hopeful.
You think so?
Yes. Yes, and I think because of the time and energy that we invested, that we just don't want to get rid of it. And I think men they're easy to let go.
I'm gonna have to disagree with that.
It's easy for them to detach.
I don't think it's easy for us to detach, but we're not hopeless romantics. When we see dark and it looks bleak, we know it's time to go. So I mean, it's easier for us to make an executive decision when she said, "Look, I don't want you no more. You may try once, hey baby, please." And if she said, "Listen, I don't want you no more," you may say it again, "Baby, please." But once she do 3 times, guess what you do? You know, I gotta go, because that means it's over. Once she's made up, her mind. When we know, hey, look, it might not be that. Now, if you have something that is extraordinary that happens to you, like the apostle, then that's something different. When you start to see, God involved in this here and see the writing on the wall look favorable for you, then, we ain't no fool. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to strike me twice to let me know it's time to stay. So, that's how we look at it as men, And so I think that's the reason why we may say, okay then, but we got to see some stuff.
So let's see what the audience says right now.
Let me see what Benita says.
Boss Lady says, yes, we hope that things will get better.
Okay.
And Patty said, I know someone who stayed for 28 years and it was toxic. Janine said, yes, we do, thinking we can change things. And let's go through here. Tawana said, women are hopeful and faithful. Melanie says, thinking things will change for the better. Luana says, not once you've done the self-work. Once women mature, it's a lot that they will not deal with. Benita says, some women, I believe, just don't want to start a new relationship. after spending maybe years in one.
Well, I agree with that because you put, as men now, when you invest a lot of energy in something, you be like, hey man, this, I ain't trying to be putting forth that kind of energy no more. Especially when you've established yourself in this world. Once you've seen yourself come from one point to another, and you've seen progress, and you've accumulated some things. And I'm not talking about material things. I'm talking about maturity, building a career, establishing something in life. It's hard to put that type of energy into something else. And so, as a man, you be looking, if this don't go well, you be like, well, I might not be in this game no more. This might not be the thing for me. But now, my perspective, I always believe that it's going to get greater. I just believe in my life.
That's because you wouldn't want to give up a dime for a penny.
I ain't giving up no dime for a penny. Hey, I can do math. I can do math all day long. I ain't doing that. I ain't giving a dime for a penny. I'll give a dime up for a quarter. Yeah, so.
Okay, so do you want to move on to the next one?
Not yet. I want to ask you something.
More?
Yeah, I want to, because see, you got a lot of experiences and stuff.
Okay.
You've
he set me up.
I'm just
right
saying,
now. There you go.
You didn't,
Sweetening up the pot.
You didn't walked away, you know what I'm saying? And I just want to know, how did you do it? You know what I'm saying? How did you decide, what, I'm out of here? Did it take a lot? Did you go 1, 2, 3? Or did you say, enough is enough?
No, you want to try to make things work, for sure. You don't go into something wanting to fail.
Okay, that's fair.
You'll put in the work to at least make sure that you don't have the guilt associated with it later to say, did I really try? Or did I just give up? Right? Detach too fast. So I've had 2 failed marriages, right?
Yes.
But now it's more about, and even with those, when a woman's fed up, there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, that's what R. Kelly said.
Exactly. And he was correct. I may not agree with him on his lifestyle and what he does, but he was correct in saying that.
Okay.
You get to a point to where you don't want to push forward in a relationship. But then we do have some women who tend to stay way too long.
Yeah.
Knowing that it's toxic.
Okay.
Like the 28 years that Patty just mentioned. That's a long time to be in a toxic relationship.
Absolutely.
But then you have to check yourself as wondering why the hell you stay.
Right.
Is it because your insecurities? Or you don't think that you'll do better? And I think that's and sometimes it's even connected to finances. So the man is doing better financially, so it's hard to give up that lifestyle.
Well, I come from a background where the women were prayer warriors, okay? And so when you're a prayer warrior, there's an expectation of God's authority. And so the hope is that the constant prayer and you doing the right thing and being patient, right, things will prevail. That's what we are taught in our society to believe as a culture of people. And so our people, I look at our women and I say, you know what, I can understand why they stay because of what's in them. See, when your soul yearns for success in a relationship, you're gonna go beyond it. You're not only praying, but there's hope that this is gonna get better. And I think that's why they stay too long. Now, once they get to a certain point, they see certain signs, and they believe that just because of the fact that I get out of something, I'm not gonna be condemned for the rest of my life, then they're able to move on.
So then you think it's associated with those that are religious?
Absolutely, yeah.
That have faith.
Yeah, in our culture.
In our culture.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I believe that. I remember a conversation that you and I had once, and you alluded to how your mom influenced you by saying, you know what, you got to stick in this. God gonna make a way, and we believe that, and God will make a way. But he might not make a way for this situation here. This might be a situation you need to get out of.
And God may make a way for you to get out.
And right, because one thing about it that someone told me a long time ago, God don't bless no mess. And if there's a messy situation, you need to reevaluate that, seriously. That's how that goes.
So let's hear what the audience says.
Okay, then.
Benita says,
hey,
it may be hard to want to learn another man all over again. And Tawana said, preach, girl.
But hold on, before I say that, I want you to know that, listen, we always learn. as humans, to the cradle to the grave, you're always evolving. You're always learning. If you stop learning, you out this. You ain't doing, because that's not the intent and purpose of why you here. It's for development and growth. Just thought I'd throw that out.
I like that. Jay Twan said way too long.
Yeah.
Ann says religion and dating, I think not. Boss Lady said religious, finances, children will also make it hard to leave.
It sure is. It's especially when you got some bad boys.
Yeah.
But it's not personal. I was just that I was a bad boy. Keep it going.
Well, there's some things that you told your mom when your mom and dad was going through some things that you was gonna make it hard if she left. But
well, we wasn't. Me and my brother. Well, me and my brother wasn't buying that. No other man was coming up in that house. So either you gonna be with this one or you ain't gonna have none. So that's
interruption. There we go with the internet. So let's go on to our next question.
Okay.
While we have time.
Yeah.
Is it awkward to be in the same space with your new partner and their old flame?
Ooh, I heard a whistle over here.
Is it hard to be in the same space as your new partner and their old flame?
Well, your face told the whole story. From our audience, I can tell you that, yeah, that's kind of complicated.
Yes.
That's kind of complicated. Why do you say that?
Well, because, you have the new person, you have the old person.
Right.
And the old person is always trying to get you back. They're hoping that the new person will mess up so they can slide on back in.
Slide on back in.
And you're like, okay, no. So you at the same time, you trying to show yourself like, okay, I got this new man. And see what you didn't do.
He will do.
Now he's doing.
Uh-oh.
Right.
So you're replaced.
Uh-oh.
So the old flame becomes an opportunist.
Yes.
Looking for opportunities to jump on. That's why you don't talk about your business to everybody.
That's right.
Because you never know.
So I'm just curious. Is it important for you to share with your new mate that dude was one of the ones that you were involved with? Isn't that important?
Yes.
Okay, just want to make sure that we understand that, because as a man, from a he-say perspective, we always want to be put up on everything. You don't put me in the blind. I need to know exactly, what's in around my space. I need to know what you had involvement, how far it went, how you felt, what went down, because I don't like surprises.
Well, you shouldn't give anyone else leverage either.
Absolutely. See, me and you on the same page
Right.
there. Hey, you know what? That trip did us good. We rolled together, and so it kind of helped us bond today, because usually, you be out there a little bit, but I see you on point today.
All right.
You on point today. You got a good perspective today.
So we have
Lisa
some more,
McGee in the house. I see you.
So, Boss Lady McGee says, yes, but your new partner should make you feel confident and secure to not worry about that old thing.
Come on, Boss Lady.
I agree, but one of the things is that, see, as men, we have this thing about us. We're like a lion. We like to walk through the jungle, and we want everybody to know we coming, right? And we like to make sure that whatever going down, that they know exactly this is who you with. So it's important for us, it ain't about how he did it, because I know if I got you, it's obvious he ain't doing what I did, or can do what I do. So I'm confident in that. But I need to also be confident that I am Lord and Master here. I am the King here, and I'm going to walk in my authority. So that's the key about here.
So we got a call.
We got a call here. Caller? Okay, then. The number is 969-0449.
810.
I'm sorry if I missed your call. Call right back. Don't hang up so quick.
Linda, we want to hear you.
Yeah.
What's your take on this?
Yeah. There we go. Call it back again. Don't be afraid now. We love all information.
We want to hear the audience. So we'll continue
Hey,
to
Kevin,
read
how
here.
you doing, bro?
So Janine said, if that man has you secured, there's no need for that emotion. Bonita said, depends on how he may still feel about her or the maturity levels. Is he with another to just try to make you jealous? Yeah, and then Jay Twan is agreeing, yes, boss lady.
Look, but they talking about come on up, Johnell. Well, I did come up. That's what I'm telling you. This, I'm telling you the real. This how we do this. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm gonna walk in mine. You know. It's
So,
mine.
and that same question that we have here.
Right.
We have. So, what about friends? What about your friends?
Hey, Cindy in the room.
Yeah. Hi, Cindy.
Right.
So let me get back to this. What about friends?
Okay.
Where was I at?
Hey, Vess.
Okay, so with friends, should you share with your friend if you had sex with their new man or woman?
Oh, man.
So you have your friend that comes over. I want you to meet this guy, right? Excited about it, and they come in the door, and it was a past partner.
Ooh. Man.
Should you share that with your friend?
Man, what you got? You got what? Look at our audience like, oh, don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. Hey, listen.
Hey, Vess. Should you share that with your friends?
Oh, no. Hey, listen. It depends. Hey, listen. It depends on how close you and that friend are. Sometimes you just need to, just shut up. And listen, that's hard for me to say, right? But if it's a good friend or a family member, I'm gonna say, hey, look, man, I ain't got nothing to go with her now, but I've been there, I hit that.
So you want to hear what the audience says?
What? Let me hear.
Boss Lady McGee said, absolutely.
Yeah. The answer, she better share.
Yeah. Jay Twan said you should share that information before the other person does.
Okay, yeah.
That would be the problem.
Man, that must be my family. Because he's kind of wise like me.
Janine said, absolutely, you should have no surprises.
All right.
And Ann said, yes, beware, you may lose a friend.
Yeah,
Is it a true friend? Especially if it's something that was before.
Well, I knew a guy, and I was out with the guys one night, and we were at a restaurant, and the guy showed his woman. He pulled out his phone and showed his woman, and the guy that I was with said, "Oh, she's a stripper." and I was like, I didn't know. I was like, shut up, And, you know what I'm saying? Because he was bragging on her like this was, his girl. Not that I got anything against strippers, and they got to work too. But what I'm saying is, I don't think that the guy that was there was prepared and didn't know that information. She had moved on from stripping, and yet the dude that was there knew her as the stripper. And I was like, man, I feel so. And it wasn't even my situation. I felt bad. I was like, oh.
So
man.
Lisa said, what about bro code? If you hit it, you should tell your bro.
Yeah, listen, Lisa, I'm gonna let him know. Look, I hit that. But what I'm saying is, if me and dude is not close, if I'm a friend of a friend, I ain't got no business speaking on that. That ain't my, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That's his friend. That ain't got nothing to do with me.
So it's about the degrees of separation.
Right. Absolutely.
Okay. I get that.
Yeah. So how would you do it?
I would share that information. Because, but, and
what if it happened if you 16?
I'm gonna say this, and some women are gonna have issues. I would be honest and upfront and share the information. But you're right, you may lose a friend.
Right.
If it was a friend, because sometimes women have a tendency to get upset with the other person, even though they weren't involved with them when they got them.
Yeah.
Right?
Hey,
so
Linda.
they may feel a certain way about you and may not come around because of it. Okay. They will maintain a relationship. Trust me, I have seen this happen in sessions.
Uh-oh, here we got a call.
All right.
Welcome to She Say, He Say. We're in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Welcome.
Hello.
Who am I speaking to? You want to give an anonymous name?
Yeah, I'm gonna give an anonymous name.
Okay, go ahead.
How about Miss Kitty? This is Miss Kitty.
Hey,
Miss Kitty. All right.
Cool, my God. You got all the audience, all the men like, okay, then go ahead, Miss Kitty.
Well, I'm just gonna join in
Thank you. So do you have something you want to say to us, Miss Kitty?
Yes, Miss Kitty.
Go on now. Don't be shy, because you picked up that phone.
Right. Talk to us.
I did. Let me pull the questions back up.
So we were talking about, now the subject is, if you have slept with the person that your friend brings to the house or into some type of event, do you tell them? Or do you just stay silent?
Well, you probably don't want to tell them right away.
Okay, so...
Because it would change the mood of the party or whatever's going on.
Okay.
But I think eventually you probably should want to break that news.
Okay.
Because they may have another event and invite you, and one of them will be there.
Okay. All right. Well, we appreciate that. That sounds like intelligence that you just displayed for us. We appreciate that. Now, because Reggie McGee just said, I ain't going to say nothing.
He said he ain't say nothing.
He said he ain't saying nothing. You know. Right. No, but not mine, because I'm going to tell you. I'm like, look, but now if you ain't close to me, that ain't my business. If you're a friend of a friend, I ain't saying nothing. That ain't my business. But if you one of my friends and family, I'm like, hey, listen, let me pull you to the side, because I need to talk to you about some stuff. And you see how I emphasize stuff. Thank you for calling in. We appreciate you. Thanks, Kitty. Have a great day.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right. So I think it's important that you deal with that situation, but it's a way to deal with everything, you know.
Right.
And so, but I'm like our audience, you know. I wouldn't feel comfortable if, you know, there's some people that are our viewers that can have 4 and 5 people who they've been with in one room. I'm not comfortable with that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not comfortable with that, because of the fact that, you know, what we did, that's in the past. And I don't want to stir up the old hornet's nest.
All right. So let's stay on task here.
Okay, look at you.
Yeah, we're moving right along.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Because
so
we got some great discussions about
yeah,
that.
and we want to make sure we get to them. So the next question is this a myth or a fact? All vaginas and penises are the same. What's the difference between bad sex and great sex?
Well, we're going to let the sex therapist lead this one, and then I'm going to chime in with my little expertise.
All right. So all penises and vaginas are not the same.
Did y'all hear that, women?
They're not the same.
So I want to chime in here. So this is where I go here. So women, if you find that significant other has went somewhere else, it's a high probability that you don't have good stuff. Or he just thought you got it. If it's great stuff, there's no need for him to go nowhere else.
Okay, so I disagree with you.
Oh, here it is. Go.
Okay,
because
because
women have a hard time accepting I ain't got no good stuff. You
we
know they
talked-
ain't gonna say that, right?
We talked about
What
this
woman
before.
out there? But Meg said,
There-
well, I miss it.
There is a such
I can't help
thing
it.
as hoish behavior, hoe-like behavior. And regardless of the pussy, and I'm only referring to God, that you still may try out. It's the thrill of the hunts, like the lion, right? You on the prowl, you know, and you want to see what other game you could attack and take down. So
Not platinum pussy.
No. so
Not platinum. When a man finds platinum pussy, game over. He ain't got to look nowhere. He ain't trying to mess with nothing. He got everything he wants there. And guess, because now listen now. Platinum pussy doesn't just mean the vagina. It's a whole accumulation of stuff. She got great oral. She got a great mind. She got her stuff together. And then when you get into bed, all you can think about is what you doing and why you doing it to her. That's platinum, audience.
but when we talk about vaginas and penises, they're different shapes, sizes.
Yeah.
It comes in all.
But women don't believe that. Women, they be like, I'm a good woman. Well, that ain't good enough. If you ain't got no good stuff, You ain't got no great stuff. You just a good woman. There's a whole bunch of good women in this world. There's a lot of good men in this world. You got to be extraordinary for some people. You can't have an ordinary man and an extraordinary woman. It ain't gonna work.
So let's hear our audience. Boss Lady McGee says not the same.
That's right.
LaWanda said 100% myth.
That's right. Tell the truth.
Bonita said 100% myth.
Tell the truth.
Nick said myth.
That's right.
LaWanda said not true.
That's right.
Bonita said, to be honest, as adults, not all penises are fully functional.
That's right. That's the truth there.
LaWanda said, Bonita
Either
said that.
is the vaginas.
LaWanda said, whole tendencies, exclamation mark. Linda said, indeed, not true. Phil said from a male side, he said, that's true.
Hallelujah.
He said, that's true.
That's right.
All right. Janine said, nope. Some bigger, don't know what to do with it. Some smaller, and can give you one of the best orgasms ever. And I said what I said. That's what she said.
But then guess what? That means he's platinum. It don't matter about size. We said bad pussy and good pussy. There's a difference. It ain't nothing to do about size or nothing like that there. It's what the results do. It's what it makes you feel, how sensational, how important it is, how it just makes your mind concentrate on.
This is funny. Hold on, I need to read. Okay.
All right, I'm sorry.
So Lisa said she doesn't agree. He might like variety. He might also need to feed his ego. And Bonita said Johnell is having flashbacks. Angela said hello.
Now, watch this.
Anita said, Ann said, what makes it good or bad? That's a good question.
Okay.
What makes it good or bad?
I'll explain this here from a he-say perspective. What makes it great is that when your mind doesn't wander, that you're stimulated totally by the moment, the smell, the aroma, the sensation of the feel, the knowing that what you in is the best thing you've ever encountered in your life. And not just that there, when you feel that the connection is one, and you know y'all one, and it hits your spirit and your soul, that this is it. All you want to do is just bask in your glory and know that I got her. Not only is she my soulmate, but she got this platinum stuff. Oh, sorry, I lost it. Go ahead.
So Phil said, if there's a mental connection, it's going to be a go.
Absolutely.
Janine said, what's bad dick or pussy?
What's bad dick or pussy? Whenever bad pussy is that when you feel yourself got to think about something other than where you at and who you with, that's bad pussy. With bad pussy is that when you finish, you feel like it was just sex. That's bad. Bad pussy is when you done got in it and you be like, damn, I messed up. Please help me. That's bad pussy.
And it's not connected to size or anything.
No.
It's how that person makes you
It's
feel.
the stimulation.
Because just like one of the
the thought is the cause of it all, y'all.
Right. It starts with the
The
thought.
thought is the cause of it all. So let's don't get. I like that. Gail said chemistry. That is so subtle and sweet. That's right.
Yes.
Janine said, Harrison said, to be honest, I don't think I ever had that. Keep living and you're going to find that right one.
Okay, so this brings the next question. Can you stay in a relationship with someone who's giving you bad sex?
Absolutely not as a man. No, 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 no. As men, from our perspective, if the sex bad, then what you start doing is you start looking all over the place. Because you got to find somebody to scratch that itch. And that's how we get into the thing that we got into. That's how we start. That's the source of it, y'all. Now, you can say things about ego and all that there. That's not a grown man. We talking about grown men here and dealing with situations.
But I've experienced in sessions people who have stayed with people over 20 years and the sex has never been fulfilling. That they've cheated throughout the relationship, but everything else was great.
They in an entanglement. You know, they in something else, you know what I'm saying?
And it depends on your intentions in the first place. If you knew that going in and this was going to be bad sex, but everything else is good, you know, and then you get into the relationship, then
I know what
you
you
can't
mean.
complain.
I'm just messing with you.
You
I'm
can't
talking about
complain
you.
later. Ann said, hell no, better put Bob to work. And Nick said, yep, keep the money coming. So there are some people who justify, they will stay in a relationship with bad sex. Wow. I mean, you're not living your best life.
No, you're not.
But, you know.
I'm a child of the Most High. I believe in living my best life, and I refuse to come up short.
And then it's also, if it's bad sex, I think at some point that partner may not know what to do with it. So, just like she mentioned before, you can have a big penis and can't fulfill a woman because you don't know what to do with it.
Right.
So that's where the sex therapy come in play, is helping people understand.
So you can teach them how to use it.
To be able to communicate what your needs are, so your need can be fulfilled.
Okay.
Especially this tends to happen in couples who start off as teenagers and they're in a relationship their whole life. That one relationship, they don't know any different.
Right. Yeah.
You know,
and that's true, because I deal with a lot of, and women say this a lot. You know, I never had an orgasm until I was 40 and 45, 50 years old. Okay. And so, as young men, the young men they was with, they thought they was doing something. You know what I'm saying? Because they was sweating and kicking and knocking the line out, got the woman's leg upside her head. They thought they was just gutting her, you know.
Sometimes slow and steady wins the race.
You know what I'm saying? Right. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, and as men, you have to learn exactly what you're doing. You know, we don't come out naturally understanding, you know, what our woman is. Mm-hmm. But it's important as men, we study. You know, you got to study, you know, so that you will know. And on the other end, women, you need to study. You know, don't think because of the fact that you got a vagina that you know what you're doing.
So I have this thing. I just want to jump in here.
Go ahead, sex therapist.
And I'll share this. Have you seen your vagina today?
Yeah.
How often do we as women take a mirror and you look at your vagina, you get to know her?
Right.
Because if you don't know her, how are you going to share with someone else what you communicate that? What you like, what you desire. Sometimes you just have to get to know what's there. Yeah.
You listen, I like, from a sex therapist, I like that.
Have
You know what I'm saying?
vagina?
Have you seen that vagina?
Phil said that's the question I asked you last week. If the sex is
most
bad.
of us guys have seen yours. And, you know.
Phil says that's the question I asked you last week. If the sex is bad, but the person can provide for you financially, will you stay? Yeah, that's where it came from, Phil.
Absolutely. We put your question up. And now, this is what happens when you become a grown-ass woman and you secure in your career. You don't need that.
Come on. That's right.
So once you figure out that, you know what, I'm secure, you know, I got my bag, you know, I need more to it than this here. You know, you can't just buy me. I need you to provide something that's going to stimulate me, you know. And that's what's happening. A lot of our young women are becoming more successful. And then I get a lot of questions from women saying, well, a lot of men, you know, they don't approach me because I'm successful. And I tell them, well, those are not men, you know, first of all, because a man is confident in who he is and what he brings to the table. And if he can't bring nothing to the table, then he has to work his way up until he's able to be the man he's supposed to be. So I think that's important.
So Janine says she looks at her vagina every damn day. That's good. Good job. Get those mirrors out, ladies. Get those mirrors out.
Men, we look at our penises every day too. We evaluate to make sure that old boy's still doing what he do. You know what I'm saying? You have to look at them all angles too. You know. So don't miss that. You know. Don't think we ain't exercising our rights.
So Kim said if you were married and your spouse got sick and became sexually dysfunctional, yes, you should say. And let's just say, Kim, even though he may be sexually dysfunctional, there's other parts of his body that works.
Right.
Yes. And he can supplement that.
I remember an old man told me one time, he said his wife told him, I'm on my, menstrual, and I can't do that. He said, ain't nothing wrong with your mouth.
Right.
So, I mean, there's other things
You see
that you can
people
do. Sex therapists.
That are, from the chest up, from the chest down, they're paralyzed.
Right.
But they still have a significant other. And they still perform something.
Right.
This one guy that I know that is a
paraplegic. Mm-hmm.
He said he make love with his eyes.
Well, I don't want a woman to be with her eyes.
But it starts. You said it starts with the mind.
It does, but the eyes ain't stimulating me.
It starts there. But
I
he has no problem with
some wet
girlfriends.
or a touch or something.
He has no problem with girlfriends.
Well, that's maybe work for him, but I need a touch.
Lisa says,
smell or something.
Lisa says, stimulate the mind and the ass will follow.
I agree totally. That's what their platinum do. That platinum make you think about it 2 days later. Damn, I can't wait for some more. But
please
one
give
lady
us a
he
call.
said something. See, it depends on the relationship we're
said,
talking
I'm
about.
saying.
Years in marriage and everything is good, right? And listen, we're not saying that, but you still have to be stimulated. If you got a man or a woman and y'all done been together for years and they still stimulate you when they can't function, then that's the relationship you should be in because you're being fulfilled. It ain't just about physicality, which that means something to somebody. But everybody that don't mean nothing. Just for somebody to say some words of affirmation or to be able to encourage you or inspire you or show them by the effort that they're making, hey, listen, I'm doing this because of the fact that I believe in us. And they're putting forth that extra. To me, that's sexy.
I think there's always opportunities, even if someone has a sexual dysfunction.
Yeah.
Hell, you can use battery operated stuff and they can talk you through the orgasm.
Yes.
There you go.
There
Do
you
it.
go.
You got it.
From a sex
Go in a little
therapist.
harder. You can do this. They can be your
Oh
cheerleader.
my God, look at
They
that.
can be your cheerleader.
I never thought like that before.
Thinking outside the box.
Right.
That's the therapy.
Bring the room in the house. In his bedroom, right? I don't know. Right?
So I want to put this question out here. Can being too honest in a relationship lead to mistrust? So if somebody's honest and they're open, they tell you everything, can that lead to mistrust?
Absolutely. Because what happens is, soon as something look a certain way, by their honesty, you automatically go to that moment. You know what I'm saying? Because you think, damn, he had told me he liked to, hang around that titty bar. And is he spending his money there? Is the money missing? Is that what's going on? You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, sometimes, and I had this talk off camera last week, as men, we got to learn when to lie and when not to lie. Now, I just said this before. If your woman spent 2.5 hours at the beautician and she comes in and her hair is not what you expected, you better not say, ooh, that baby, ooh, that's messed up. You got to look her in her eyes and say, ooh, baby, yeah, we're going to work with this. Ooh, you're looking good. You have to tell a little lie to keep things going. Because if you tell that woman after 2.5 hours, I don't like that. I'm like, what you say? I done spent 2.5 hours on the dry. What? Well, boy, you better accept this. So you got to know when to ease a little bit. If she come down with a dress you don't like, you got to look at it and you got to put your best face. Ooh. Yeah, you looking good, baby.
No.
Now, then what you do is, when she put that dress up, you go take that dress and you get rid of that dress and you go replace her with another dress. And guess what? She feel good because guess what? You done bought a new dress that you like, and I don't know where that dress at.
I think you have to tell.
That's just from a male perspective.
I think the truth is important with certain things.
Certain things.
If you don't like a dress or you don't like a look, you need to share that because they're always going to have that. They're always going to get that look because you said
That's right.
it was nice.
Come on through.
It was beautiful. That dress looked nice on you, even if that person looked like a hot mess.
No.
But you don't let your person go out the door looking like a hot mess either. Because I've seen some people look like a hot mess.
No, you don't do that.
Because somebody didn't tell the truth.
Okay, now what I'm not alluding to that. I'm alluding to that once you set her up, now you got to know how to undo it. See, that's the skill at that. So what you do is you like, baby, look, I'm gonna pay for this next hairdo. Let me show you what I like. Look at this. Can you have this did?
See, that's a different showing what you
know
like.
what I'm saying? This is what I want done here, baby. Here. You know, not that there was
Love
nothing wrong with that, but
love
this
is-
one here is what I like.
But then
I
sometimes
love this one here.
sometimes
And I'm
guys-
paying for it.
There you go.
But sometimes guys don't know unless they know what the style is, what is appropriate, what is stylish, and what is old lady like and stuff like that. So
But listen,
it just depends.
but if your
you got
man,
taste.
listen.
It just depends if you got taste.
Hey, listen,
or not.
this is what if your man like the old lady look, then that's what I don't like the old lady look. But if that's what your man like, that's what you gotta do.
Not in this next
You
season.
know, because at the end of the day, I'm bringing that check, throwing on the table. I need you to perform for me a little bit, right? Because on the other end, this is what we do. If our woman say, "Ooh, baby, I like that bald head," guess what I do? Every morning I'm getting up, shaving that head. Y'all love that beard. I gotta have that beard tight. We do that for our woman. Now she'll lie, but she okay to lie. She'll tell you, "Ooh, baby, am I gaining this weight? Ooh, baby, I like all of you." She'll say that, and you feel good about it. And then all of a sudden, she may ease on there, and you notice that the food been reduced. You're like, so the women know how to do it, right? They know, she stopped cooking a little bit. She makes sure you look at everything green in the house.
Let's go for a walk after dinner.
Right? Come on, baby.
Go to the job.
But when she do it, it's okay. But when we learn to do it, it ain't all right. Now, come on now, we can't
So
live with
Bonita
this.
said because he wouldn't want to hear her say was blind and thought he was looking great. Phil said, "I would not let you go out the house looking
Like a hot man. Right. We ain't gonna do that. But ain't no man gonna do that. But we gotta know how to put a little bit on there, put a little fluff in the relationship. Just a little fluff. And when to pull back. You got to know that as a man. You got to know when your woman needs some encouragement.
That's right.
You know, and when she need to be criticized. You can't criticize all the time. That's gonna kill a relationship. And so you need to, sometimes you gotta lie. Now that's
Great
what it is.
conversation.
What you think?
Well, I think
Have you ever lied to your man?
Yes, I have.
See?
A little white lie.
See what I'm saying? See, women term it as a little white lie.
Yes.
And when I said it, oh no, Johnell, you can't say that. But it's a little white lie. What's a little white lie to a woman? Let me
Little
hear
white
this.
lie may be, no, you haven't gained that much. Maybe just a little, not that much.
Right,
you
right.
know?
Okay.
Yeah, something like that.
Oh, that was good. You know, he done performed and you like, oh baby, that was good. You know, to stroke his ego a little bit. Ooh,
Stroke
baby.
ego just a little bit.
You know, and you be sitting there and thinking, damn. You know, what just happened? You know, what was that? You know, or what we used to say as, hold on, let me say a missionary Quincy. My husband said, as long as I don't look older than 37. That's right. I agree with that. 'Cause we know.
Let's get you set up there. Yolanda said men are big lies, women are little white lies.
Right. See how they play us? That's what I'm talking about there. You know. Uncle Daco, Yolanda, what's happening?
So we went out for a moment. So
Yolanda back in the house. Yolanda in the
Yes.
house? Where's she at? What'd she say?
She said men are big lies. And missionary Quinn says he's 59. Her husband is 59.
Okay then.
See, what happened is our internet went out for a moment there.
Okay.
So now we're back in there.
Okay, thank you.
There we
I'm
go.
so glad you're a techie.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Back in there. Let's
Well,
look at the
welcome,
comments.
welcome. We just had a new audience member come in the house. How you doing?
So we are doing the home edition
We're live in Grand Rapids, Michigan.
with our host Anita Jackson.
Anita Jackson, the hostess with the mostest. What's your product called?
NutriBurst.
NutriBurst.
CBD, baby.
Hey, listen.
Total life change.
Listen, she got this stuff here. Listen, I drank this stuff and I don't know what happened to me. I got on the bike and I wouldn't stop pedaling. And I had to get somebody to call me back home. I don't know what it is. I lost 10 pounds. It's just like everything that was in me. I don't know what happened. So that NutriBurst something else here. But she left me a bottle and I didn't know how, you know, I couldn't see because I had my glasses.
He was drinking it.
And I drank it and I might have drank too much. Because I couldn't go to work one day. I stayed on the toilet.
I'm glad y'all back with us. We lost
All the impurities come out of me. And I felt like a new man. NutriBurst. Try it.
Okay, so we're coming to the end of our show, but we want to make sure that we first look at our guest post.
Yes, please.
Who chimed in, and also talk about what we have coming up.
Yeah, we got some major events coming up. First of all, next week, we're going to have a special destination and a show in Grand Blanc, Michigan.
Yes. So we have someone who's hosting a party. That's Kimberly Blair.
I'm fired up. You know what I'm saying? We're going to go out to Grand Blanc and we're going to show up.
Blanc, he's Grand Blanc.
Yeah, you know, Carmen dude, you know how we feel about bobcats. But anyway, that's another story. But we're going to go out there. We're going to have a great time. And October 16th, put that on your calendar. She say, he say, first major social event. And if you're couples, come on out. You're going to have a great time. We got swag bags. We got games, ballroom dancing, psychic reading. And if you're a couple, and you're not a couple, this is why she's going to do this. If you're not a couple, I bet when you leave, you will be with somebody. Because we're going to do our thing. You're going to enjoy yourself.
Coming. Phil said he'll be there.
That's right.
So there'll be games. We'll have fun. We'll give out prizes. It'll be a fun grown folks evening. We have our signature drink.
Out in Flushing, that's signatures.
Yep, outside.
Outside with it's gonna be beautiful. We got the pits ready. They're gonna be out there. We're gonna have a good time. We're gonna really do our thing, grown folk style. Yeah, y'all gonna be there, and you're gonna hear some songs play. Sweetest Day is coming up, but after you leave that event, I guarantee if you're a couple, the relationship gonna go to a 10, and if you single, you're gonna leave with somebody, and you're gonna be very satisfied. She say, he say, gonna be live on the set. We're gonna do our thing. Are you happy?
I'm happy.
What's the date?
October 16th, 2020. What? Y'all anniversary. It's my anniversary. Nita Jackson is her anniversary. You know. And listen.
Don't forget to vote. That's
awesome. Please. October the what?
No.
4th.
No, August.
I'm sorry. I'm thinking about man, I got so excited about October 16th. August the 4th, 2020. Make sure you get out and vote. Y'all know we gotta do some, we gotta make some changes, y'all. Y'all up in Flint, y'all gotta make some changes. I don't know about Grand Rapids.
No,
we
we're
got,
everywhere.
We got some issues.
Everywhere need to make some changes.
Look at this, listen. I feel like the most blessed man in the world. I got 2 beautiful women around me. Y'all join my let me show you how we're gonna do it. She say, he say, we live in Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Yes, we are.
We've had an awesome show. Y'all know my host, Shuntai Hill. You know she specializes in what? Sex therapy. I love that title.
Yes.
And I also love the way that we do things, right? We're going on the road. We're going to go to a city near you. We coming to Chicago, Ohio, Atlanta. We could be Atlanta in 2 weeks. 2 weeks, we there, y'all.
Yes.
Live show. She say, he say on Sunday.
Yes.
And Thursday, we're doing On the Couch.
We are filming a whole season of On the Couch with Shuntai and Johnell. It's our talk show. We deal with interviewing ordinary people with extraordinary lives.
Latasha Harris showed up in Arizona. Hey.
Yes.
Look at that there.
Welcome.
My hubby said, we there. Missionary Quinn in the house, y'all. This is going to be a great event. Her and her husband, we're going to do our thing.
Yes.
Y'all know how we do it. Shuntai Hill and Johnell Allen Bay. We're live again, and thank y'all. Let's give a hand to our people here.
Thank you.
Come on, who is this here just showing up? Who is the beautiful young lady?
King.
Yeah,
Legendary Leslie King.
Now,
Legendary
you
Leslie.
better come on in here and get your face in the place. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Just come on in here and say hello. Welcome us into Grand Rapids like we need to be rappers. That's right. I'm so enthused. Hey, listen. This has really been a treat because we had the Apostle and the Mrs. Apostle here. Yes. And let me tell you something. They made me feel still comfortable doing what I do. Yes. You know what I'm saying? Because guess what?
It's real.
The God I know accepts me as what I am.
That's right.
Not what I should be, but what I am. Yes. Thank you. And we appreciate y'all. They had a hell of a story. Thank you for letting us in your home, man. Yes. We love y'all. Give our hands to it.
Until next time.
Oh, we got 4 minutes. I need all my time. You know, they cut me off early at one time. I need to get everything I got coming. We'd like to thank, again, Neutral Burst for what they did here. This is Lawana. Thank y'all for coming back in. And we also like to thank our big dog sponsor, Glenn M.D. Cotton. He drove all the way up here to Grand Rapids. We appreciate that. He's running for 67th Circuit. Look at him, boy. I mean, district. Look at him doing his thing here, man. Yes. And once again, y'all, please, thoughts and prayers for the city of Flint. Yes. For all those people who lost lives, the families, friends, those who got in that mess, those who had fear, those who suffered through that there, our prayers are with you.
Yes. Right.
Give us something tonight. What did you take from tonight?
I always take this, is that communication is underrated.
Okay.
You know, it takes a lot to have the difficult conversations with people, but you must have it. Because you can have people operating in this world thinking they're doing what they're supposed to do, and they're not. So that includes relationships, more than just relationships with your romantic partner, but also family members. We need to be able to talk about the hard stuff. And in that situation in Flint, somebody probably didn't talk about the hard stuff with whoever did some of the crime.
Absolutely.
That's right.
So it's important for us to have conversations and to be respectful of one another in the conversation, because that's what the anger and the resentment and the frustration, because then you start arguing and no one's hearing anyone.
Right. Yeah.
So
I'll take it tonight is that we can't let our egos get in the way. You know, sometimes you have to take control of the ego. You are bigger than your ego, right? And when you're bigger than the ego, that means that you control the narrative of your story. You know, I say this from experience. You know, in life, if you're not careful, 10 minutes can cost you 29 years.
Oh my God.
I'm living proof of that. I'm not telling you nothing I heard. I'm telling you what I understand and know. When you're making decisions, you always got to make sure that you step back for a moment and make sure that the decisions that you're making, you can live with it for the rest of your life. Because if you can't live with it for the rest of your life, you need to walk away from that situation. You know, a coward is a person who reacts off emotions. A person who is under control makes decisions based on thought and careful selection of his next move. And so I thank y'all for allowing us to have this platform. I thank y'all for inviting us here. She Say, He Say. We were live in Grand Rapids. We had a great time. And we thank our viewers. We went over 9,000 last week, 10, 11, or was it 10, 8?
Almost 10,000.
10,000 viewers. And we appreciate that. We are nothing without our audience. You know, I thank all my brothers, my friends, my family. I thank our audience. I thank the city of Flint, Detroit, Chicago, Atlanta, Lansing. I thank everybody who tunes in from Grand Rapids to the little city of Saginaw, Michigan. Guess what? They real with us here. And we like to thank also.
Come on around here.
We'll be remiss if we don't. He's always here. Listen, he takes out of his hard schedule. He be doing things. Look, he's a young man. Look at him, look good. He going through. He can have about 99 women. But guess what he said? I'm coming to support y'all. She Say, He Say, and he believe it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Richard.
Another y'all, give a hand. Thank you, Calvin. We appreciate this, man.
Until next time.
That's right. Thank you. Good night, everybody.
Peace and love.
Peace and love.
Good night.